Hey, storytelling one. I can't believe I'm doing this video right now. I got things to do. But, so this is I was eating a hot dog wrapped in provolone cheese. No, mozzarella cheese. Anyway, so this is, they're the left, the communists are protesting at the Trump Tower. It's just like, oh my God. Okay. So let me just get my head around all this. And you all, we Christians, we worship Jesus Christ. We worship at Christianity. Oh, the Jew conspiracy. I believe in all the Jew conspiracies. I believe in all the Jewish conspiracies. Jews start the wars. Jews own the U.S., control the government, the media. Jews, diamonds, whatever. I believe all that stuff. And I love the Jews. And I'm a Christian. And the Jews are the enemy of the word of Jesus Christ, the gospel. And Jews do have an arrogance. But you know what? I love the Jews. The Jews are a stiff-necked, stubborn people. I'm quoting God. So, and Joshua warned the Jews of what they are. And the secular Jews are the worst. The lawyers, the Hollywood movie guys, secular Jews are the worst. They're God's chosen people, so they have a huge bullseye on their back by Satan. That's why they have so much power in the world. They're God's chosen people. They're blessed by God. So, and what I'm saying here is the only thing that makes sense. The only thing. Why do 30 million people, less than 30 million, half in Israel, half around the rest of the world, why do they control so much around the world? Why do they control China? In Japan, I want to show you a map. Here's Israel. Way over here, or the other way around, whatever, is Japan. Tiny little Japan island, tiny little slither of Israel. And the Communist Party of Japan, they have an anti-Zion clause. It's the last time I read. Every Communist Party has a clause where there's anti-Zion or something like that. Why? Communism this is so funny. The Chinese said they do not like Christianity because it comes from the West. But the communists. Communist comes from Karl Marx. Karl Marx is a Jew. He's a secular Jew. Communism was created by Karl Marx. And all of those dudes, I don't know, I think Stalin was a communist. Or a Jew. I'm not sure. Whatever. Karl Marx was. Atheist, but a Jew. And it's so funny. China, so hilariously, but I know God's laughing about all this, and, because we go to heaven. So as much suffering and torture and rape and pillage as we do here, or us people do to each other, there's a heaven, by the way. Whenever people say, look, all the suffering, there's a heaven, by the way. Did you not read that part? Anyway, so God must be laughing. And all the people that get to heaven finally I got brutally murdered and tortured. Wow, that was crazy. Now I'm in heaven. So China doesn't like Christianity because it comes from the West. Christianity comes from the Middle East. We white supremacists that are Christians, we worship a Jew. And all his followers were Jews. And they were trying to make Jews more Jew. Trying to show them the real intent of the Jewish laws. And the real intent of the Old Testament. And the real intent of that relationship of God and Israel and Jesus. I know that the Jews don't believe in Jesus Christ and don't believe in him as the Savior, but we Christians I completely follow the Old Testament. I don't follow the what do they do now? The Jewish Pharisee books, the books of the laws and stuff like that. And I think they even have the Talmuds or whatever. I think they even have rules there on how to attack and denigrate Christians in them. And treat them as second-class citizens and all that. I think they have a whole sort of the rabbis work on that and preach anti-Christian sort of arguments to inoculate the Jews against Christian evangelism. I don't care. God's going to save whichever Jews he wants, and Jews are the chosen people of God. And in Romans 11, it's a beautiful, sad letter Paul wrote about Jews. It shows his frustration and love for Jews. that some will be saved in the end, even in the end. Not all, though. I mean, many Jews are secular. Many Jews are the pornographer. They control the porn. They control Hollywood. You know, they've given up their faith in God. So I believe in all those conspiracies because the Jews are the chosen people of God, and many sell their souls to the devil. I mean, whether they know it or not, they give up to God. They give up God, so the devil will give them what they want. It's the only thing that makes sense for what's going on with the Jews. You know, and the Jews and the Muslims hate Jews. They hate them. There's like over 1 billion Muslims now. And there's less than 30 million Jews, or 30 million Jews, or whatever. Over 1 billion Muslims. Why do they care about the Jews? Why do they even care about Israel? It's a little slither. And Muhammad didn't even start there, or whatever. You know, that's not even his holy place, or whatever. So it's amazing. It's the only answer, the only way that any of this makes sense is through the Bible, through God. God creating the good, the wicked, the epic, you know, conspiracies that are going on around the world, and to see what you and I will do. How will we react? So I am not anti-Semitic at all. I mean, I don't even know, you know, I don't deny the Holocaust, although I think we should, if the Jews, the secular, I'm just trying to figure this out, because the secular Jews in Hollywood constantly write in, you know, oh Jesus Christ, in all their movies and their scripts. I'm trying to figure out what would be a blasphemy that would really hurt them. You know, that we should start doing, like denying the Holocaust. I mean, I don't believe in that, but I'm just saying, there's something that we should do to write back at their faces to say, oh, does that hurt your feelings? Oh, is that anti-Semitic? Okay, I'll make a deal with you. Stop writing, you know, oh Jesus or Jesus Christ in your scripts, in your movies, and then I'll stop. You know, we'll stop saying that. Which I mean, I don't even believe in blasphemy, so. Anyway, I keep saying that one because it's an annoying one because I'm trying to be like nice and watch their stuff. Anyway, so this whole protest of these communists and these Jews who want to support Islam and hate America and hate Israel is just hilarious to me because the communism comes from the West. You know, and they claim we're white supremacists. Communism comes from a secular Jew of the West. Christianity comes from the Middle East. So we white supremacist Christians worship a Middle Eastern Arab Semitic dude Jew, whereas they worship an atheist communist from Jew but atheist from the West, a white guy. It just cracks me up how obvious and obvious it is and how oblivious they are. But then that's biblical. They're what's the word? I love it. In Romans, reprobate. The reprobate. Romans 1:18-32 is kind of my favorite verses because it describes them. They're reprobate. They're perverted. They deny God for the creatures, which is creation, they deny creatures or God being the creator, which is evolution. They worship homosexuality and LGBT and trans and unnatural acts between the men and men and unnatural acts between the women and women. And then and God has hardened their hearts. That's what it says. God has deluded them over to their sins and lusts. I just think that, you know, as a Calvinist who believes that there are good and the wicked, God has basically put the wicked here and made them wicked. And he says, let me see you be good. He's challenging them to be good, but he knows they're not going to be because he made them wicked. And they think they have free will to do whatever they want in their anger and their emotions. But when they go before God, they're going to realize, oh, he made me wicked and that's all I did. I did not break free from that. I did not have the free will to love and have compassion 100% of the time. You can't have compassion 99% of the time and just go murder a baby and then come back to your 99%. You have to have forgiveness and desire to always be better and to stop being vicious and aiming towards tyranny, aiming towards controlling other people through these are I don't mind protests, but you're controlling the land, the territory, the room, the highway, the people's trying to have their own lives. You want to control that. You want to damage and vandalize their property. You want to scare them at their homes. That is not a child of God. A child of God will not do that. I understand a child of God going to an abortion center and confronting sinners there. I understand that. And then some goofballs would bomb abortion centers, which is like back in the 80s. I don't know of anyone doing that today, but back in the 80s, and you know, Christian apologetics was not very good back then. But today, I just don't know of any Christians that go around destroying your life, going into your home or near your home, terrorizing your children, taking over land or property, destroying that property. I don't know any Christian does that. I know there's a handful of Christians that defend and protect things and have had to deal with that, and then get arrested and tried for trying to defend and be a human being and have rights. But I just don't know of any Christian group. And comment down below if you know of any. I would like to look at them. Any Christian group that goes around terrorizing, goes around destroying property, goes around taking over buildings and stuff. I know there's a couple of pro-lifers that blocked buildings peacefully. I get that, and they went to jail under Biden, and then Trump set them free. But I disagree with them blocking, you know, the abortion centers. I absolutely disagree with that. I do agree with them being there, and they can be there and protest, because we have a right to protest, and yet Democrats are making laws that we can't even protest around an abortion center. Isn't that amazing? Public building meant to be for the public. Christians can't go there. You know, we can't even do a gay conversion therapy. Isn't that crazy? We cannot say as a professional Christian counselor try to get someone to quell their sin, their perversity. And then the government, the Democrats, believe they get to define what is sin, and they get to define what we as Christians can do and not do. For a livelihood, I'm probably sure they're going to do it to me and you as just on our personal discussions with people. I know that's the way in England, right? You can't even pray near an abortion center. You can't pray in your own home if you're near an abortion center against it. So the left, the unchosen, the wicked, God has made them so and made them stubborn, will continue to do what they do. And the only answer, or the answer to us Christians and and the few Jews eventually who will be revealed, who the truth will be revealed to, we just have to sort of buckle down, get to church, support the church, and work on evangelism, the ministry, plant more churches so it's more accessible to the good, and rebuke evil to subdue it peacefully. Subdue it peacefully so that it will have at least a halfway decent life before the end. Its momentary existence here on earth. That's it. That's the only solution. I mean, you know, simplistically, is church, fellowship, ministry, church planting, helping those who need to be helped, and rebuking and subduing evil so it just doesn't control everyone's lives and hinder us from doing our godly work, our work that we want to do because we love the Lord and because we're chosen by the Lord to be saved. But yeah, communism, man, it's just getting, you know, they're going to fight back. Of course they are. Trump is doing what he's doing. And Trump is not my savior. What Trump is doing is giving us he's going to give us more freedom to do what we need to do. All right. And we need to step up. The church needs to step up. Christians need to step up. Christian men especially need to step up. I'm happy for Christian women to fight, but I'm a little sad that they're fighting, because that means that Christian men are not really fighting. But I certainly love a strong Christian woman. But yeah, we just need to keep going, keep at it, and keep doing it, and keep rebuking sin. And you know, that's sort of what I'm doing here, goofishly, on my YouTube channel, and then doing the games and trying to do it in the RPG culture, and just still working on that. But you know, my life's been really blessed, so I'm a little, I don't know if God just wants to keep me chill. Maybe that's all he wants me to do, because I'm so belligerent and not qualified to be a pastor. But anyway, in the game of life, everybody, roll holy dice, and whoo, this Trump stuff, man, it's going crazy. But we got to step it up as Christians. All right, in the game of life, roll holy dice.